Godzilla is an important part of the monsterverse, but how has he changed? Well, in this video I'm going to go over the entire history of Godzilla. Before Godzilla lived on the surface, he lived in the Hollow Earth, and for a while there was peace. That was until the Scar King started a war between the apes and the Godzillas. Now, in the end, Godzilla managed to trap the Scar King down in the Hollow Earth, so he would never take over the surface world. Godzilla would then face King Ghidorah, and him and Mothra would trap him in ice. And speaking of ice, Godzilla would also be trapped in ice because of the Ice Age. But then, in the 1950s, he would be awoken by Monarch, as they would put a nuke out and he took the bait of radiation, and then they set it off, thinking that it would kill Godzilla. However, it only made him stronger, as Titans actually feed on radiation. So, that's a little bit of an oopsie. Godzilla, however, would not show up that often, as he would mainly stay in the ocean. But he would really show up on 2014, where the Mutos started attacking, and Godzilla tries to save the humans, and the Mutos attack San Francisco, so he goes there as well, and he manages to kill the Mutos. But this day is now known as G-Day, since Godzilla basically was there all day. He basically just rented out San Francisco as his personal hotel. But anyway, he would then go back into the ocean. However, monsters are no longer a secret because, no one's going to not notice all the news. No one's going to notice the giant monsters over there. No, that would never happen. No one's ever going to notice the giant monsters. Godzilla, however, would not show up for another 5 years. That was until Emma Russell starts releasing all the Titans. And now, this is probably just a stupid move. She's just an idiot. Stupid! But one of the Titans she releases is King Ghidorah, and as you remember, King Ghidorah tried to take over the surface world, trying to make him the new alpha of all the Titans. Now, Godzilla comes over and they fight, but in the end, Godzilla cannot defeat King Ghidorah. And the only way the humans can defeat Ghidorah is by dropping an oxygen destroyer. However, Ghidorah is from space, so the lack of oxygen does not really affect him. However, it does really affect Godzilla. The humans then give him a powerful nuke, giving him a power-up, so then he can go and defeat Ghidorah. And in the end it does. However, Mothra would die. We love you, Mothra. But Godzilla would go thermonuclear and manage to kill Ghidorah once and for all, sending him back to space where he belongs. Now Godzilla is the new alpha, and all the Titans come about him. However, Kong was not there, as he lives on Skull Island, and he is also an alpha Titan. For the next couple years, Kong and Godzilla would kill the rest of the Titans on the surface world, making them the two only Titans on the surface, meaning they're definitely going to have a brawl. However, the island Skull Island kept Kong isolated, so Godzilla and Kong did not fight. That was until Godzilla started attacking Apex. Why? Well, they collected Ghidorah's separate head, and he was like, "Come on, I just killed this guy. Why can't he just die?" And so he started attacking. And Apex is using that head to create Mechagodzilla to defeat him. But they need more power to create him. And that power is found in the Hollow Earth, but they don't know where it is. And they need someone from the Hollow Earth to guide them. And so they need Kong. And when Kong leaves, Godzilla comes over and fight. In the end, Godzilla wins that fight, but they surrender by turning off all their light and power. And Godzilla's like, okay, I guess I gotta go now. So that was a pretty good way to surrender. But in the end, Kong manages to get to the Hollow Earth and find this energy source. But Godzilla would sense that Kong is doing some naughty business down there, so he blasts a hole straight down to the Hollow Earth, and Kong would climb up and they would fight. However, in this battle, the tables would have turned, and Kong would actually win the battle. And this really makes Godzilla mad, as his whole thing is he is the king of the monsters, and he just got beat. And Godzilla cannot have that on his watch. This is now a battle of ego. In the next fight, Godzilla would play dirty, dislocating Kong's arm so he could barely fight. And in the end, he shows Kong that he is the king. But now he's got to go fight Mechagodzilla. In the next fight, Godzilla gets beaten up like he is weak. Mechagodzilla really shows him that he is not as powerful as he thinks. But luckily, Kong gets back up and they manage to team up. Then Kong and Godzilla make a little compromise. Kong can be the king of the Hollow Earth and Godzilla can be the king of the surface. That way they won't fight and they won't have a disagreement of who is king. However, in the next movie, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, the Iwi send a call to Kong and Godzilla asking for help because of the Scar King. And Godzilla goes and gets all the power, goes on a little side mission to collect all the nuclear energy, while Kong gets this new ape to lead him to the Scar King and Shimu. However, in the end, he cannot win this 2v1. So he goes to Godzilla for help. And now, as you can imagine, with the little compromise of Kong doesn't go to the surface and Godzilla doesn't go to the Hollow Earth, it's not really Godzilla's like, yay! No, they fight. And Kong knocks Godzilla out, but he doesn't try to kill him. He starts dragging him towards the Hollow Earth. But Godzilla gets back up and they start fighting again. That's until Mothra comes over and basically tells them to chill out. And then they team up on Scar King and Shimu, and in the end, Kong manages to defeat the Scar King, and they manage to free all the apes, and everything is back to normal except Kong has a new army. Anyway, that is the history of Godzilla in the Monsterverse so far. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.